I'm Jake Morgan, co-director of Night Shroud.
I'm Cole Travis, co-director of Night Shroud.
And I'm Matt Carroll, and I'm the cinematographer on Night Shroud.
We definitely wanted to say we're sorry for our writer, Adam Losoya, not being able to be here today. Due to scheduling conflicts, he wasn't able to be on set with us. But we just wanted to go over, everything that he would say.
So, when Adam wrote the story, he focused a lot on personal grief and his experience with his parents' divorce. A lot of that plays directly into Night Shroud with Penny and his parents as they're starting to argue, and it's starting to culminate in what would end up being a divorce. The way that we structured this is through arguments that have been had inside the movie itself. And it's tough. Dealing with things like this is tough, and we've really strived to make a more realistic take on what a child goes through when it comes to their parents not really getting along, aside from the horror elements of the movie.
Separation isn't easy, and what we were going for with this film is, like he said, a more realistic approach, but also because of how the script is written, to make sure it's not only realistic but done in a metaphorical way as well, especially with the Shroud, the creature in the film, which is actually done practically thanks to Cole Travis and our awesome director of photography and how he portrays all of it visually on screen.
Some of the things that we focused on in this film are communicating themes of isolation, Penny's grief in real time for the separation of his parents, things that he is witnessing that he might not fully understand but is certainly feeling. So communicating those visual elements and themes in a way that also pays homage to a lot of other horror films that I think we all sort of know and love.
Another thing we focused on a lot as you watch the film itself is we focused on two specific colors, green and red. You can see it in the beginning with the stoplight, and you can also see it a lot with Penny's nightlight and the color of the shroud itself. Green is supposed to represent safety and comfort and love, specifically from Penny's mother and from Penny himself in his room. And red is supposed to obviously represent danger and isolation and grief and the fear of the unknown, as you would see with the Shroud.
Seeing the story come to life is definitely even better than we anticipated. Due to everyone who's working on this film, it certainly is exceeding our expectations as directors, how it's coming out visually, especially some of the photography on the Shroud itself and how we were able to get the Shroud built practically.
So, before this film started, I had an idea for a practical effect used with the Shroud. I decided to craft this hand. It's made specifically out of wood, springs, strings, and just simple machines like pulley systems. The idea is that with these Velcro straps at the bottom, you strap your arm into it. You would put your fingers through the loops here, and with the pull of the string, the fingers bend. Probably one of the things that I didn't expect is I did not expect the hand to break. The index finger, actually, the loop itself, the part of the contractor tape, it broke. And it has caused the hand to become almost inoperable on the index finger. These contractor strings are extreme. They're made for wrapping and carrying cement, so I didn't think that it would have gave so easily, but it did. And you hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and we did what we could, and I think that what we came up with at the end, I think it turned out fine. The size of the house is something that we were, with the size of our crew is pretty big. So trying to fit everybody inside this house with very thin, very claustrophobic corridors, and making sure that we get all the shots that we need with the cameras that we need, especially with the Steadicam, it it was a bit of a task, but I think that we came out on top.
One thing that I've noticed, just as soon as we got here, this is a very interesting house. I mean, it's very old and there's some really unique features. So we've really played to its strengths. As of the recording of this, we haven't done the dolly shot in the kitchen yet, but there are these holes in the walls that most modern houses wouldn't have, but they lend themselves to the way that we want to tell this story in ways, very visual storytelling that is unique to the space that we're in, which is really cool. And some of those things we really couldn't have foreseen. So that's been really cool, just discovering what this house has to offer just in the context of this story, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's especially interesting because this house was built in 1892 and it's been remodeled and revamped multiple times over. The area that we're standing in right now actually did not exist when the house was built. They remodeled it and they took this place out, and this cellar door that is where the shroud comes out of, that is actually leading to the original cellar where the house before this remodel was. And all the stone that you see on the walls, that is completely original to the house's original design. So that stone is probably older than anybody here. I cannot state how grateful that we are to have everybody here who donated to this Kickstarter to just, it is mind-blowing that we've managed to reach our goal and we've managed to get everybody together and we've set this up and we've been filming. We're not done yet. We've still got one more day to go, but it has been a ride seeing everything get put together. And if it wasn't for everybody back home, if it wasn't for everybody who donated, this might not have happened. And I can't say any more from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for donating. It means a lot. It warms my heart. I know it warms Jake's heart as well.
It warms my entire body.
I know it warms Matt's heart.
Oh yes.
But getting this Kickstarter done and really putting the Shroud to life and making this story what we want it to be, it blows my mind. And again, thank you so much.
And not only from us, but on behalf of
Adam.
everyone, including Adam. Everyone at Cake and Batter and everyone who is working with Cake and Batter, we all want to say thank you.